Hello, guys, and welcome to another DOP22 gaming review of a TV show. Today, we're going to be talking about Masters of the Universe Revelations. If you don't know much about this, it's a continuation of 1983 TV show that lasts for I think 3 seasons, 2 3 seasons, I don't know, 100 and something episodes. I think it was for like 3 years. It was based on a toy line, and now Kevin Smith and Netflix with the crew, they revived the show as a continuation of it. We're not going to be talking about the controversy that's been going on. We're not going to be talking about what was Kevin Smith said, what the people are saying. As a lot of people talking about this too woke or it's too, you're advertising this way and it is not. We're just going to be talking about the reviews of it and see if it's worth watching it and what do you guys think after watching it, after seeing me talking about it. So for me, it just came out today, July 23rd on Netflix. It's about 6 episodes long. I binge watch every single one of them. I have been a huge fan of He-Man and the toys that I still have from the 80s. And I have the original cartoons on DVD. The original cartoons was all about learning, about teaching people what's wrong, what's right, what you should do, what you should not. At the end of each episode, you have the little Orko or He-Man or Adam or Tila talking about what was the premises of that episode. And each episode had its own thing and move on. It was very quirky, very corny, but everybody loved it. We all grew up with it. Men, women, child, girls, boys, everybody would watch it and we're all fine with it. There was no show. It was aimed at boys, but girls they could watch it too because you have the T Lad, you have the Queen Marlena, you have Eva Lynn, you have other characters that come in. They were females too, they were males, everything. So the show was for everybody. They did the spin-off of Shira, which is fine. It was a good show, but it kind of failed on capturing the imagination that He-Man was capturing because he was just aimed at the Barbie style dolls and the girls. Which, if you're gonna do something if it appeals to everybody, it's kind of hard to do too because you can't please everybody. But on this show, it's like a few years pass, 30 years, 20 years. I don't know how long it's been past because everybody kind of looks, the same. But the what was going on in Eternia? Eternia is the planet where they live in. It's the world they live in. And what happens? What's going to happen? And this is the whole premise. The old show used to be called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe because it was all about He-Man with the Defenders of Eternia, the Masters of the Universe. Tila was a huge part of the show on the 80s, and she is a huge part on this show too. This show, if you look at it, is called Masters of the Universe Revelations. It's all about Tila's reaction to stuff that's going on. They were talking about that He-Man's been sidelined. They were talking about it's all about Tila. It's a Tila show. I do agree. It is a Tila's arc on Revelations. It is a Tila story. It's not necessarily going to be just about Tila because at the end of the show, you can see maybe if we get a season two after all this backlash, we might get a story of somebody else and some other people. They do, as you can see on the trailer, they do bring a lot of characters from the original shows, and they keep a lot of the silly puns, jokes that Skeletor and him and everybody did, and they keep that on the 80s. I was laughing though most of the parts because the silly, stupid ass joke just throwback of what was going on in the 80s. They also bring back Scareglow, which was an action figure. It was trying to be into the show, but I don't think Scareglow ever made it. They bring King Grayskull, which we haven't seen much of him, but he's an actual character. And they bring other characters that some concept arts for toys, or maybe what He-Man was going to be, and all that. But I am telling you, if you're a huge fan of the 80s, this is a little 180 turn on you. You still can enjoy it because I did. I enjoyed the show, but it's a lot of stuff going around that it's gonna throw you off a little bit. Yes, He-Man is not through the whole. He is through the whole show, but he is not a main character anymore. The Masters of the Universe are not a main character anymore. It's all about Tila and her. And they said it on the Netflix subscription. If you read it, it's up to Tila and a band. I'm not gonna say who, to restore what was going on, and you can see Tila. The one thing I don't agree with, there's a couple of things I don't agree with, was Tila's reaction to what happened at the first episode. I don't think so. I understand her anger, but I don't understand why she took it that far. Uh, she's really, really, really upset. You can see it on the trailer. She is mad. She is pissed, and I don't think that's the Tila I remember. All the other characters, pretty much the way I see them. I love Cringer. I love Orko, Randor, King Randor, King Marlena, Duncan, which is Man at Arms. I loved everything. The first episode is amazing, and there's a couple of parts that just really touches, on the characters if you love them. But yeah, it is marketed as Masters of the Universe, which is not. It's actually, it should have been called Masters of the Universe Tila's arc, but you can't call it that. So for me, it was just the Tila part, which I love. I love her. I don't like the way they did. She goes rogue and stuff, and then she cuts her hair with the typical style that now is everybody's using on The Last of Us 2. They use it on Supergirl. They use it on everything. The half shave, and the other part over here is typical stereotype. But no, it's not implied that she's gonna be sexually attracted to women or stuff. She's not gay. We don't know. They introduce a new friend, which is the other girl on the show, which is just a total new character. She's the black skinned woman there. That is her character was fine. We just don't know much about it because she's new, So she's Tila's companion, and people were talking about, well, that's her girlfriend. They're not. They're not on the show, and it's not implicitly said that they are. You can tell they're close, but I don't think that's the way they were going to. And if they were, maybe they changed it on in the way because people were complaining. Not that they're complaining that there's a gay character on the show. They're complaining because he don't go with the way she was acting on the 80s. You know what I mean? And she was pretty much in love with Adam and He-Man together. Her idea of a man would have been a mix between Adam and He-Man. So she talks about that, and Adam was always looking up to him. I don't care that the He-Man or Prince Adam looks very girlish. I mean, in the other cartoons, the only difference from him, from Adam to He-Man, he was just a little tan and a little voice change. The bowl cut, everything was still the same. Here, they made him look more skinny, more realistic, and then when he picked up the sword, he turns into this huge macho dude that's gonna, save the day. He does save the day on the show too, so they kept that. They kept his character like that, but he's been sidelined and he's been pushed to the side a little bit. Skeletor, we got Mark Hamill playing the Skeletor. I think he did a smashing job on that, and also he plays the voice of Scareglow, which is another character that you're gonna see. Is the one with the green skull face. Is on the trailer. You're gonna see him in a minute, and I think it was awesome. You got Merman is back, Beastman is back, Triclops is back. You see Roboto, you see Whiplash, you got Fisto. You have a lot of people, and they've been done justice. But I'm telling you, there's gonna be some deaths in the show. Kevin Smith always said on the old shows, it was so fun, but there was no sense of urgency that something bad is going to happen and somebody's going to be in trouble. Because it was mainly kids' show and friendly, and it was the 80s. But in here, you don't know who's going to die, who's going to stay alive, something's going to happen. So I think they did that justice. I cannot wait for a season 2. Hopefully, they pick up on whatever everybody's saying and and move on from that. It is called Revelation, so you can tell there it's all about the revelations that they're telling you in the title. And He-Man is not above Masters of the Universe on the title, so I knew from that point that He-Man was not being gonna be the main character. So if you see on the little picture right here that I have there, you see He-Man in the middle. That's what I advertised it. Well, no, Tila should have been in the middle over there, but then people will complain a lot. I don't mind that she was the main character, and I don't really mind. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that she done, but it's for me. It was a good show. It was animation was amazing. The look of it, I think it was great. the story lacked a little bit and on some parts, but it's entertaining. I would recommend watching it. Don't listen to all the hate. Just get your own opinion. There's Tinker too. Moss Man is in it too. I still get the action figures, man. I love it, and it was a lot of nostalgia. But the story was pretty good. At least it's not the trash reboot of She-Ra that Netflix did with the stupid ass cartoon looking stuff in the story arc that don't make a freaking sense. And at least it's not that. They keep it and in tone with what should be. And Rotten Tomatoes, I think, is like 80 or 90% of the reviews is fine, and 47 on the people because the fans. The problem with this show that I think is because the fans were told it's a He-Man gonna be at the center, and it's not. So if you're gonna go see a He-Man show, you're not gonna get a He-Man show. You're gonna get a show about Tila in the He-Man world universe with He-Man in it. But it really didn't bother me because I already expected Tila to be the main character, which she was a side, not a side character, was a co-star at the main show on the 80s. So, oh yeah, guys, you make sure to watch the show. It's just 6 episodes. It won't take long. The episodes are not longer than I think 30 minutes or something or so, and can't wait to see more. There's a couple of hitting the heart stuff and a couple of things that oh shit, and at the end he goes out with the oh okay, I want to see more. What's gonna happen? Let me see this. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you know when I go live. And I will catch you on the next review or live stream. Thank you so much for watching.